I love that.
Yeah?
I love this album. I really do. I think this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm just so impressed by this. He establishes this so perfectly.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Archie.
I'm Molly.
And today, Molly will be reacting to Atrocity Exhibition by Danny Brown. Do you know much about Danny Brown?
I have seen his podcast.
Yeah.
You had it on once. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah. But you've never heard him rap at all?
I've never heard him.
Any lick of music?
Any.
This is another curveball. It's a very different type of...
You said that about every album so
I know.
far.
I feel like this one more so than the other two.
Because for the other two, both times you've said,
yeah.
I don't know if you're going to like these.
Yeah.
And I say, why? And you say, well, they're, you know.
Well, they were different.
They were different.
Yeah.
But I like both of them. So
okay. Well, this one, like, I'm really interested in what you're going to think about this. Personally, it took me a while to get into Danny Brown.
Mm-hmm. Why?
I don't know. When he first came out, when I first heard about him, this was like close to 8-9 years ago. Not this album. This album was released in 2016. Mm-hmm. But Sean, our friend Sean, shout out to Sean. he introduced me to Danny Brown, and I thought he was a little weird. Like, for sure. Like, on surface level, I think people think he's definitely different. But we saw him live, like at Osheaga. And at the time, I didn't really know his songs, but the crowd was going nuts. Like, his energy was incredible. And there's nothing like seeing someone live where you really understand the
magnitude of
exactly
how popular they are.
Right. And so I kind of not regret, obviously I saw him live, but I regret not being into his music when I saw him at the time. So it kind of felt like a bit of a waste. But anyway, so Danny Brown, he's a rapper from Detroit. Mm-hmm. Fun fact, his dad is half Filipino.
Oh,
yeah!
Shout out to Filipinos.
So the album's called Atrocity Exhibition. It's named after a Joy Division song. Mm-hmm. Also a J.G. Ballard novel.
Okay.
He's
don't
an English.
Know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just read it. But he's an English novelist, I guess, and the book was actually controversial.
Okay.
But also the song is kind of like about this like freak show, this sideshow character, and
I got that kind of image from the name.
Yeah.
Atrocity Exhibition.
Right. And kind of like seeing this guy at his worst, and he kind of related to that.
Okay.
Danny Brown.
Am I going to hear that in this?
Yes. Well, I'll tell you more about it as we go along.
Yeah.
Kind of talked already too much, so let's just we'll just go into the first song. Mm-hmm. Brace yourself, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the rest of it after this one. So this first song is called Downward Spiral.
I'm sweating like I'm in a rave. Been in this room for 3 days. Think I'm hearing voices. Paranoid and think I'm seeing ghosts. Oh shit. Phone keep ringing, but I cut that shit off. Only time I use it when I tell a dealer drop it off. Had a threesome last night, ain't matter what it costs. Couldn't get it hard, tried to stuff it inside. Had this the downward spiral.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotta figure it out. I gotta figure it out. No, shit, don't know the last time I ate, but I eat these fucking rappers like fucking last steak. On death row, feel like I am. You never know. One day you're here, the next you're gone. So I put it up in these songs.
What'd you think of that?
I thought that was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought so many things about that, actually.
Okay.
I really liked how it was psychedelic. I didn't expect that whatsoever, but it was really psychedelic.
Yeah.
And I really liked how the instrumental was actually louder than his voice. Mm-hmm. Because it's like when you're in a certain...
Right, state.
Yeah. And real life sounds really far away.
Yeah.
And you're so like in your head. I feel like he really established the way he mixed that and how he was singing, and like he sounds weird. Like he has a very distinct voice. But it went so well because he sounds done. And he kind of sounds vulnerable. Yeah. I just thought all of that went so well with what he was, like everything he was saying, the way it sounded, the mixing, everything just came together perfectly. Yeah. I thought that was fantastic. I didn't expect that at all.
So he wrote the song about kind of coming down from MDMA. And this is the start. This is basically, this is what it's going to be like, but each song is so different. So you'll feel it. So I'll just kind of let you hear it for yourself and experience it for yourself.
That was a great start.
Yeah. The one thing I like about Danny Brown is he seems like a very self-aware guy. So you can see like
you hear that in what he's saying. Yeah. He's being really honest and open.
Yeah. He also mentions all the stuff that you have to deal with, like the hangover and kind of the consequences of your actions. And then that's a common theme throughout the album. For this album, he purposely didn't want to make anything for the casual listener. He wanted to create a body of work in which people would like give it a chance and like really listen to it and break it down, because I feel like each time I listen to this album, it gets better and better. I start uncovering things that I never realized. Like, that was the first time I've listened to that on these headphones in particular. I was like, wow, the mixing was so different. And like you said, it was just, it's an experience.
I think like the mixing was so important to that.
Exactly.
I feel like not being able, like if you just listen to it on like normal speakers and you didn't have that effect, that would have removed a lot from it. I thought that was really fantastic. Okay. And his lyric, I'm excited for the rest.
Okay, great. All right, so the next song is Tell Me What I Don't Know.
Street smart, PhD, dropped out for a slanging degree. Not on me, keep the doubles off me, cause we was living in hell, couldn't afford property. How long will it last? Never ending race. Chasing cash, one lane going wrong way till I crash. Teacher found my sack going nowhere fast. Tell me what I don't know. Last night homie got killed at the liquor store. Shot my nigga on the way to get a swisher. Breaking down the weed when the call got received. We were so ambitious, all we really wanted was New Jordan and some bitches. Flashing bankrolls in the club, taking pictures. Thinking we was grown men, really love niggas. Slice your tomato with your oars for the lettuce. Running through the sack of D, sorta like Jerome Bettis. I eat it, I outcome. Hook hit the block, hit the stash, and they found some. Locked us all up for a bag of some pistols. Now we in the county writing letters, I miss you. Tell me what I don't know. Tell me what I don't know. And we were so gun-ho, wet a nigga up like he forgot his poncho. On the block all day, chasing that cilantro. Hook rate, chasing niggas, hoping that they find dope. Shit is like a cycle. You get out, I go in, this is not the life of. Tell me what I don't know. Last night, homie got killed at the liquor store. Shot my nigga on the way to get a swisher. Breaking down the weed when the call got received. Tell me what I don't know. Tell me what I don't know. Tell me what I don't know.
That was... I love this so far.
Oh, wow.
I think the mixing on this is incredible.
Nice.
Yeah. I really liked, there was a part where, so it was like minimal at the beginning, but then it kind of just went silent and there was just that whistle or whatever in the background. That was all you could hear. And then the chorus came in and it was totally different again. And also his voice kind of came like more like
and you notice he's using his normal voice in this one.
Yeah.
Not that yelping that he was doing in the first one. Yeah. So he tends to do that. He'll change his voice from song to song. And this is more of a serious, I mean, the whole thing is like serious topics, but like on this one, obviously, like he's talking about how kind of like, you know, getting busted for drugs and things like that.
Yeah, you kind of get that he really established that with how it sounded.
Yeah, I just love the way the tone matches like the lyrics on this one. And as you mentioned before, like the mixing, he utilizes the mixing for his storytelling, which is
I think it's incredible.
So
and I really like the psychedelic instrumentals,
right?
And I really like the instrumental in the chorus.
It's very like unconventional, obviously. And the one thing I forgot to mention in the first one, like because this one I'm kind of bobbing my head, the first one I couldn't really bob my head. he could like kind of find the beat or whatever. But this guy was just rapping on beat, even though the beat is kind of it's barely anything there, and he's like rapping on time. So that just kind of goes to show like how talented this guy is. So yeah, I'm glad you like that one. So the next track is Rolling Stone.
You know I'm living like a rolling stone, but don't feel for me. You know I'm in my zone, so don't speak to me.
But I like that got money. No, I'm just making rich. Even if she fuck me, I still know life a bitch. I'm on a road that never ends. Don't know opposite of sin. Some people say I think too much. I don't think they think enough. Time rough, but it got rougher. Way heavier up on my show. Live the cricket, tell that soap. Can't think straight, can't think so. Feeling like I'm not alive, but I know I'm not dead. Living alive, but can't hide. Deep inside the truth die. But hope can't get changed. Lost my brain, go in the same. Self-medicate is how I cope. Leave my body so overflow.
Oh. He's being really vulnerable.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I admire that. He's like, and it's amazing he's saying all these things, but is he saying like don't feel sorry for him? Like
he's self-aware. He knows the consequences of what he does, and kind of like he knows that, you know, he partakes in certain things that provide him escapism from kind of the underlying issue, which is like, you know, he's depressed or feeling anxious or paranoid or whatever the case may be. I remember like he tweeted something to the effect of like he's tired of these rappers who rap about drugs and all these things, partaking in these substances, but not talking about the consequences and kind of like the downsides of doing these activities or exhibiting these sort of behaviors or whatever.
I'm extremely impressed so far.
Good.
Yeah.
So this next song actually is the most popular song on the album, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So this one is a bit removed from the theme a little bit. I'll talk about it more after the song, but this one features Kendrick Lamar.
Oh.
Also features Ab Soul and Earl Sweatshirt.
Oh.
Yeah. So you know Earl Sweatshirt?
Yeah, you know I do.
I know, but that's pretty funny that you do.
Everyone keeps recommending that I listen to Earl Sweatshirt, and I used to listen to Odd Future, just some songs when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So I'm already somewhat familiar with Earl Sweatshirt.
Yeah.
We will get to that though.
Yeah. Anyway, this song is called Really Dough.
Show me something I ain't seen before. The hoe on my pick a lot. Smoking on that mistletoe. Make her kiss alone and while we touch her butt at 24. She look like a centerfold. My ball on my genital. Sucking on it like she getting vitamins and minerals. I be on them chemicals. She be on my testicles. Poke her with my tentacle. Then put her on my schedule.
They say I got the city on fire. I ain't booming, that's a goddamn lie. Whoa. Really though, like really though.
Still wicked as Alistair. Crowley niggas know me well. For heaven's sake, I'm the GOAT. You haters should go to hell. When you're getting money, nigga, every day is sunny. I'ma act an ass on that donkey, let her pull my ponytail. Second grade, took my mama wedding ring. Took that bitch to show and tell. Now I'm married to the game to no avail. Givenchy bikers with the rev rips. Ball main, Bodman. Bathing Nate by my dick. Paid by the Bloods, raised by the Crips. Solo holder prophecies, atrocities, exhibition.
Life is like an appetite, a truth and dare. I double dare your life to end in vain before the end is near. See, I can hear you crying silent, sitting in the dark, holding crosses across your heart. Sin is such a work of art. Watch out for the love lost.
Bet 1,000, shoot 1,000. Things a nigga do for thousands. Made 1 million counting sheep. Gave it all to public housing. I chewed the face off the laces. I moved away from the waitress. I chefed the pot that made poison. I cooked and tipped all the patients. My bitch is way beyond basic. That's life insurance, car insurance, good pussy insurance. Hey.
And I'm the type of nigga it ain't never been an honor to judge. You a mouse that the Falcon picked up. So disrespect getting checked like the top of the month. I was a liar as a kid, so now I'm honest as fuck. Lounging, ask your girl why I'm out on my nuts. You been the same motherfucker since 2001. Well, it's the left-handed shooter, Kyle Lowry the punk. I'm at your house like, why you got your couch on my chucks, motherfucker?
So that was really dope.
That was great.
Yeah.
I really liked, was it a xylophone?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. I didn't know. I just took a wild guess of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the sample was, but or what instrument that was, but like, yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that. It sounded like something bad was about to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely like
ominous vibe.
Yes, ominous vibe. Apparently, Danny Brown was originally gonna be on To Pimp a Butterfly, like on Kendrick Lamar's album, which we will review at some point. But the song he was on got cut from the album. So Kendrick kind of said, well, I owe you one. So I'm gonna, I think he heard this song, like just the Danny Brown part, and then decided to flesh it out and make a full song. And originally Danny Brown wanted to put Run the Jewels. So Run the Jewels, you don't know who they are, but they're a rap duo, also very like critically acclaimed. So he wanted to put Run the Jewels, Kendrick Lamar and himself on this one song. But it didn't work out. But ended up getting Ab-Soul and Earl Sweatshirt. And what he wanted was he just wanted everyone to just bring their best verse, like just rap off. And then that's what you get here. So.
Great.
Yeah, just a little bit of tidbits for the listeners.
And me.
And you. Yeah, that's, I think that's the most played song on the album.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I really like that. But knowing that you just told me it's kind of like that song is like out of the concept of the album.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm actually excited to get back into.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's next.
Okay, so the next song is called Lost.
I'm like cool brick with 2 bricks and hoes on the strap. Off a 2-piece, a 2-pick, I flick and I preach. About how I'ma get this money out here up in the streets. And the caddy rhyme nicely on between in the sheets. And the way a nigga work make a grip in the week. So fuck wait round, nigga, I'm about to get. Dog, I'm trying to eat, so I'm staying in the kitchen. Hunched over the stove, got a water with me. Lost in the sauce, but a nigga still shot. I'm like Spielberg with ill words and hoes on that curb. Gotta screw loose, I'm cool, mentality to start. But still smart enough to hit this bitch with a rock. And with your wrinkle pussy, hoe, I can't be your luck. But I still get the head if you swallow it up. You that you can't make it without acting like them. Dope, yo, blood, nigga, go out there and just get. Gotta have a hard back, cause these niggas gon' whip. Dope, yo, blood, nigga, get up out there and get. Gotta have a hard back, cause these niggas gon' whip.
Okay, so that was Lost.
Yeah, I really liked how his singing and the samples didn't really go together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they still worked.
Yeah, they still worked,
yeah.
But also it like added to what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lyrically, it's interesting because he's talking about how like he's just trying to survive, so he has to deal drugs. He's cooking up drugs. He's selling it.
Got that.
But now that he's famous, he's using it like kind of the irony in that situation. And again, a lot of self-awareness again in that track.
He is very self-aware.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. Ain't It Funny?
Cool.
Verbal culture, parkour with the metaphors, the flow house, the horror, dead boulder with metal doors. Prince bitch, 6 cents with a nose strip. My sky dice, living bumps in the cockpit. So much coke, just a sniff, need a ski lift. Flip your table over if you cut it with the bullshit. Nose bleed on red carpets, but it just blend in. Slamming pictures, feeling like my chest being sunk in. Ain't it funny how it happens? Ain't it funny how it happens? I can sell honey to a bee, and a fall-time make trees take back the lead. Octopus in a straight jacket, savage with bad habits. Broke siren fiends, got rich, became an addict. Ain't no way to mask it, all I became has-beens. Rolling up the $100 bill till they cash in. Think it's gon' last, going too fast. Man, it's fucked up, ain't it funny how it happened? Ain't it funny how it happened? Upcoming heavy traffic, say you need to slow down, cause you feel self-crash. Staring in a double face, but you can't stop laughing. Staring in a double face, but you can't stop laughing.
So that was Ain't It Funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This man's a genius. I love this. I love this album so far. I really do. I think that this sounded like being out and being on drugs but having a really bad time.
Yeah, the music video for this was actually directed by Jonah Hill. Yeah. This dude just seems to be hanging out with everybody.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, such a random collab, but maybe I'll show it to you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, same theme going on.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the switch up of like, because that's another beat that, you know, I didn't even expect.
At the start, I thought it sounded like Tame Impala.
Right? Like the way it kind of like the mixing part.
Yeah.
I was about to say that earlier. Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of at the start. And then, I don't know, it was like I'm trying to think of a word to describe, like, it kind of reminded me of a circus almost. Yeah. And it also felt kind of like it was chasing him. Yeah. My visual was like, it feels like he's in a roller rink or something. It feels like he's in a club to me.
Yeah, like some sort of like crowded space where there's lights.
Yeah.
And he's just like
strobe lights.
Yeah. And like everywhere he's looking is just kind of like a blur.
Yeah, and he's not having a good time. That's what it sounds like to me. He's not having a good time.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
this is incredible so far. Yeah,
perfectly captured.
I love this.
So the next song is Goldust.
Busting up a flake looking like goldust. Nigga get a whip of this uncut. Bloody Mary's at brunch. From last night's still drunk. Cause the Adderall, nigga, that was my lunch. And what's the recipe for a good time? Whole lot of liquor while you doing coke line. Residue on my mustache. How could it last? Roll $100 bill, nigga, blow cash. Can't nobody tell me no. A nigga pass me that block. Got to the point, I ain't gotta buy drugs. Niggas just come to me, anything they show a lot. Mimosas for breakfast. What I think home from Texas. Got good karma, filled up a song. Got the Hermes tie while I'm up in the sun.
All right.
Wow.
How'd you feel about that one?
First of all, I really like the guitars.
Yeah, that one was different, wasn't it?
But I really like, was there muffled talking throughout that?
Yeah, there was.
I really
liked,
and I liked how there was so much going on.
Yeah.
And it was all really fast and jumbled. And then like, I think like the main instrumental, as the song went on, it was kind of like, not disintegrating, but it was like getting more and more mixed up.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, every time I listen to this, maybe it's just me, but sometimes like it feels like it's speeding up a little bit and then it slows down a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he's not losing the beat. Like he's still on.
But it feels like he's like trapped in all of this.
Yeah. Like he's just, it like feels
everything's happening around him. Yeah, claustrophobic. Yeah.
And again, it's still an ongoing theme going on here with the drugs and stuff. But like, talking about like Adderall and like, I can't remember what
drugs.
But yeah, you still get that sense of the dread, the paranoia.
The paranoia, the everything kind of coming down in on you. Yeah.
So again, like as I said before, it's definitely an experience.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So this next song is called White Lines. This one is produced by my boy, The Alchemist.
Oh, love that guy.
Yes.
Smoke so much I think. Drink so much I think I make you walk the plank. Bitchin' on my rank. I'm high. Oh my, yo bitch. It's in the jolly getting in the thighs. Now we on the road. When the roses out, you better hide your house. You know how we go. She chose, we roll. She in the room taking off her clothes. Lines of coast. Heart me and hope it ain't my time to go. Taking out the snow. No way, no. And you. I'm trying to eat all of your pussy. You wanna have some fun? I ain't never met a hoe I can make come. Put my tongue on that. Get that, spit that, hit that. And all this big singing, oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just so impressed by this. He really establishes this so perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed by it.
Yeah. And it shows you he can just rap on any sort of sound.
Yeah.
On any beat.
That sound, it was like stuff falling.
Yeah. It was kind of like Tetris almost.
Yeah. it like feels like panicked and like like this idea of his heart like racing that you get that.
And he's like, you know what? I'm like, what were we talking about? Like, oh, my heart's beating fast, but I can do more.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
And it's just like
he said, I hope it's not my time to go, and then he does more. Yeah.
And it just you get into his psyche, and it's like it's crazy.
Yeah. I think how psychedelic is obviously really fit, and I really like that. Yeah.
So that's the first Alchemist beat I think you've ever heard.
Yeah, it's so funny because I just watch him hang around with Action Bronson. They're eating expensive food. They're in like eating cheese. And I see him like in Amsterdam. I'm like, this is a good guy. I have never heard anything he's ever done.
I watch a lot of Alchemists like on YouTube. Like she said, on like Fuck That's Delicious with Action Bronson, and
never heard anything he's done either.
We'll definitely get into an Alchemist produced album.
Just think the Alchemist seems like a good guy.
Uncle Al, as they call him.
Wait, didn't Earl Sweatshirt refer to him in this?
Uncle Al, passing him a blunt or whatever. Danny Brown, he's actually signed to Warp Records, so that's the home of like Boards of Canada, Aphex Twin, Flying Lotus.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he had he was given a big budget for this album. They gave him $100,000. But he went overboard, so he said after this album was done, he was in debt for $70,000 because he spent a lot on samples.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but he wanted to make like a very detailed album, as you can.
Yeah, I can see that.
So the next song is called Pneumonia.
Made 30 bands in 30 minutes. Before I counted, I done damn near spent it. Put a brick on ya and some brick on us. Flow sick, nigga, call it pneumonia. I'm on ya. Oh, nigga came in this bitch with a new gun. Clap blocked in like a fucking moron. If that shit hits ya close range, it counts, huh? Body stains on my ball, man. Slip that pussy up just like Long Bay. I'm smoking dope. I'm smoking dope. Got a half a pound of artichoke. Scale broke, so we eyeball it. Her titties out just like New Orleans. Told her keep the money, take them to the clean. Threesome watch, hottest dick came between. Lick the click, and she did the macaroni. Geeked up, purple bill, just like Mike at night. Head swimming straight to the moon. With a man tonight, running low on alcohol. Nigga gotta make a cut. Stay afloat, try not to choke.
I love that.
Yeah?
I love this album. I really do. I think this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved that. It was so unsettling, and it sounds so much like something bad is about to happen.
Right.
It's just so ominous.
Yeah.
I loved that, and I loved how it sounded so empty, and he sounds like everything sounded
like he's filling the space.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I loved how it sounded like it was about to drop, and then just nothing happened. It just went back into what it was before. I loved that. I'm happy about this because this guy's hilarious on his podcast, and never I get to I'm really happy.
I was gonna ask, like, how do you feel about what do you know what you were kind of expecting to hear, or
I kind of, because he's so funny, I expected it, and he's kind of random. I don't know if I expected it to be kind of funny.
Yeah.
And I feel like he is kind of making light of something that's really serious.
Yeah.
But he's not making jokes. It's not funny. There are funny lines.
Right.
Overall, it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's it's sad.
Yeah.
It's powerful. I didn't expect it to be like this at all.
It's kind of weird to think of him as it's not that weird, but he's kind of like a sympathetic character.
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah,
and it's so funny to it's such a contrast to I didn't expect him to be this open and it's like a cry for help. He's saying I can't stop.
Yeah. He's just one of those guys that you kind of just you just root for him.
Yeah.
Again, I feel so bad that I kind of slept on this guy, and just kind of give him a chance again in the last couple of years, to be honest. And then I was like, holy shit! I really just disrespected this guy. Like it's amazing. I listened to this.
He's like a layered person.
Very layered.
I know you said before, he's so self-aware.
Yeah.
And it's incredible that he's so aware that he's like destroying his life.
Right.
And he can't stop.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing album.
Yes. That track in particular, Pneumonia, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I really liked that. It sounded so unsettling and so empty and like he's just so alone. I loved it.
Yeah. And that also featured ad-libs from Schoolboy Q. So Schoolboy Q was also in the same crew as Kendrick Lamar and Absol in the label called TDE. So that's just for people if they didn't know. Okay, so the next song is Dance in the Water. Alright, that was Dance in the Water. How'd you feel about that one?
It was much more like a beat.
Yeah.
Sounded more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought the Dance in the Water Not Get Wet kind of talking about how like doing activities and not get the consequences, not suffer the consequences, right?
Also, not necessarily related to the concept of the song, but I noticed a few times he's talking about like being yourself and doing what you want to do and not being like other people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I'll get into that later on, maybe after the album, because he touches on some other stuff as well in the other songs. But yeah, how'd you feel about the sound of that one?
What do you mean?
Well, the music in that one's different as well.
It was like a festival almost. Like but I don't know how to explain it. Just very like, I don't know.
Yeah. It
was much like, it sounded happier, but I don't.
Right.
Is he like high here? And he I don't
know either.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like just sounds like he just wants to have a good time at this point. So I don't know if it's like escapism or just kind of like a break from the thing. Basically, what I was trying to say is, well, me personally, I felt like sonically this is maybe my least favorite in the album. But it's still good. Like I was thinking about this because I was like, okay, well, as it started, I was like, okay, well, this is that one that I'm not that high on, no pun intended. But like as I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh wow, this is actually growing on me. So I feel like with each listen, it just gets better.
It was definitely different from the rest of the album.
Yeah.
It just felt much more upbeat and happy and fun.
But in the context of it, I understand what you're saying. Like, is this for real?
Yeah, that's why I mean, like in the context of the album, like if you heard that by itself, it just sounds like a fun and happy song. Right. Like he wants to have fun.
Yeah.
But in the context of the album, it sounds like he's like you said, it's like escapism. Like it's not real.
Yeah.
And it's about to come to an end.
Or is he just kind of is he convincing himself that it's that is fun or whatever?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is called From the Ground. Yeah.
8 balls with a safety pin. I deserve the finer things. Told myself back then when I used to ride a Schwinn. Now I'm on a tour bus going places I ain't never been. Now I'm on a jack in the county asking mommy for some money. Swear to God she'd do anything for me. Now we out the hood in the nightmare. It's us going back, so I won't go to sleep till I finish that.
You turn around and now I'm winning. I built it up from the ground.
Got me missing sleep cause my mind on the beat. So while I'm counting bars, y'all be count sheep. No cheat sheet, get it out the mirror. Get it how you live while I'm out here in the field. I locked up, what's your neighbors like you? Got a letter from my nigga saying he be out in June. Been down for a minute, and every single sentence thing ain't been the same, so I'm missing my nigga.
From the ground.
Alright, that was From the Ground.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that one?
It was a huge contrast to the last one. And I felt like the last one was up and then all the way down. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Wow. And his voice also.
He changed his voice for this one.
He was singing lower. Yeah. yeah, that was a huge contrast to the last one.
This one was good because it was more of a reflective Danny Brown, just kind of thinking about his past, reflecting on how far he's come, kind of like kind of appreciating where he's at right now. I read that like at 19 he was in jail. He got locked up for drugs, like selling drugs, I guess. But he was so determined to be a rapper. Like that's all he wanted to be, as I said previously. Like his I can't remember if it was his brother or his friends, whatever, would send him mail in jail, and they would just mail him like MF Doom lyrics. So he would like that was his form of entertainment. Wow. And he would just study them, and so like
he's super talented.
Yeah,
like as a storyteller, and like using the music as part of this storytelling. Like this is incredible to me.
And a common theme throughout as well is kind of like this reflection. All right, and the next song is When It Rained.
When it back, go dangerous, on that cat, go tracks man, hit it from the back, these ass up, bitch let me bang, Bruce every day, we run that train, put that thing in her combos, only way you hang is where I knows, be where I say ain't no tropes, oh you ain't know that, when it rain, when it pour, get your ass on the floor now, oh you ain't know that, get bad luck when you hit them gunshots go off, pop off and those shots go off, knock off, you try to play me soft, Glock sign in your face, dog, no baseball, better run home, you ain't heard like this before,
wow.
Like this no more, they get on that, turn with a percolator, murder music orchestrator, point blank hollow tip circulator, yo ass like if your own respirator, coming from the city where them goes be like, get caught slipping, yo ass be hurt, that's for certain, yo ass be hurt, young niggas out there putting that work, I don't use squint for a pair of joints, whole damn city probably got a couple warrants, when they come to jail always stay crowded, yo give a fuck, they just go pop. Pop off when those shots go off, knock off, you try to play me soft, Glock silent your face, dog, no baseball, better run home,
and then
yeah, how'd you feel about that one?
I'm sorry, I love this album. I really love this.
Yeah.
The mixing in that was, I love the mixing on all of this.
Yeah.
But I loved how it got faster and it felt like it was closing in on you.
Right.
I loved that. It's also unsettling. And the little beeping. Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. And like you don't expect that fast paced like the kick.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of waiting for the beat to drop, but you don't know what it's gonna sound like. You don't expect that though.
Yeah.
And it just feels like it just feels like a movie.
It feels like unsettling, and it feels like he's running away from something and it's like closing in on him.
Right. So obviously here he's talking about like, violence in his hometown, Detroit. If you definitely, that's what you feel, or that's the kind of scene that he sets up. And again, like you mentioned, like, and we sound like a broken record, but like the mixing.
The mixing on this is incredible. Yeah.
Well, I guess we should also mention that he got his buddy Paul White. I guess he's a producer from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. He did most of the beats on here, like I think 10 out of 15. So he helped create that soundscape for him. So he gets a lot of credit as well.
It's incredible.
Great.
Yeah.
So there's 3 tracks to go. I think the next one is called Today.
Okay.
So we'll go on to that.
Watch who you ram. Gotta watch they mouth. When them guns come out and them shots ring out, you know what they about. Mama crying, children wonder, but this is the life that we all succumb to. Make a nigga wanna go and cut his phone off. Cop kill a nigga every day like protocol. Watch the TV, turn on the news. Make a nigga feel like he listen to blues. In the hood with that arm and hammer. Getting them pampers for baby mama. Kill for cancer, kill for AIDS. Make a nigga wanna stay on tour for days. Everywhere you go, gotta keep that too. Cause you don't wanna end up having to you. So everywhere you go, gotta keep that too. Cause you don't wanna end up having to you. Today. I say you never know when your time to go. I say you never know when your time to go. So damn right, I today.
Wow.
Today. Gotta watch these niggas. Better watch these niggas. For a little bit of crumbs when you're trapped in the slums, they'll pop you, nigga. Broad daylight, nigga, do a ray light. Double behind cars when you hit a 2 spray. You don't want beef, get some souffle. Sitting in the beamer with your light skin, babe. Damn right, I did.
Wow, again.
Yeah.
It's so ominous.
Yeah, I love that instrumental.
Yeah. It was so simple and so like again, like I said a million times, it's so unsettling.
Yeah.
It felt like something was like coming to an end there.
Yeah. And again, well, yeah, it's funny you say that, because the topic there is like, you know, he's kind of talking about death and kind of like
it was
it all end
like
today.
Yeah, like the beat was kind of like a heart monitor.
Oh wow, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah,
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah. Also, like, again, I don't know if it's just playing with me or something, but like it sounds like the beat is speeding up. Maybe it's not, but it's just kind of hard to catch. But he just catches it each time. Like the way he's rapping on beat is unreal to me.
His voice sounds desperate.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, again, another favorite of mine. I love that instrumental.
Yeah,
I'm trying to compare it to something. I don't know.
I don't know what
it's kind of glitchy.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm always trying to resort to our normal, like, okay, here's a Radiohead, is it Aphex Twin or something like this. But I mean, regardless, it's
fantastic. Yeah, I really, really like this.
Okay, so we're down to our final two.
I'm honestly sad about that. I'm sad that this is going to be over.
This one, I think you'll enjoy this one.
Okay.
So it's called Get High.
Okay. What do you mean?
I'm blowing on some miles, something kind of blue. The kind of dope this work can make dreams come true. Sticky icky nugs, real furry buds. This my party pack, call it the Cotton Club. Thailand at the door, hot box in hotels. Security knocking, what's that smell? I'm Coltrane on Soul Plane, propane flow game. Bitches know my name from Cancun to Spokane. Now I'm a bike to bitch, go Tommy Dorsey, y'all ain't trying I hit the greenery, Charles go Gillespie. Half a nigga shaking like he got epilepsy. I hit it, Mary Jane, you be the love of my life.
Say you know you want the stress to go away. Just roll up and take the pain away and get high.
This could be in like a Seth Rogen movie. I feel like.
Your bills all late, any day your phone off. Fuck a cop of eighth, take the load off. Baby mama tripping, taking you to court. They wanna lock you up, but your daughter got New York. Pockets on E, due on your lease. Try to chop you down, so roll up the trees. Problem of today, smoke it to the face. It's only for a moment, but the troubles go away.
Had a bad day and want the stress to go away. Just roll up and take the pain away and get high.
That was so well done.
Yeah.
That was, and how he was talking about all these bad things. Sorry, is my hair?
No.
He was talking about all these bad things that were happening, but he said it so.
Yeah.
Like he does not care.
Right.
Because this weed just makes everything feel like there's not a trouble in the world.
Right.
And the way the song sounded just made it feel like you're like floating and like you're just. There's not a trouble in the world.
Right.
He captured that so perfectly.
Yeah.
When you smoke and it makes you feel like there's not a problem in the world. And he's naming all of these things.
All these things that are...
all these things that are terrible.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care.
Yeah. How did you feel, though, about the ending there when it was kind of like... Yeah. So for me, I felt like, okay... It's all good, but this is when the high is kind of like done and you just kind of like realize, okay, wait a minute.
Or it's not.
It's temporary.
Yeah. I was wondering if it was the high is done or when it kind of turns into you're not having fun anymore.
Right.
And you get anxious.
So I thought that was just a cool touch because it kind of just reminds you of like, hey, we're back. We're still in this album. Like this, you're still part of this kind of like this nightmare that's happening right now.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to the beginning here. Mm-hmm. I thought it was... I really like the rhyme scheme here when you started naming all these jazz musicians. Like,
oh, I love that. Yeah.
Miles something kind of blue, and then he talked about Dizzy Gillespie, John Coltrane, and I don't know. I just kind of really like how he just kind of tied those all in.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really, really well done.
Okay. So now we're gonna get to the final song.
I'm sad.
I think personally this is one of the best closing tracks for an album that I've heard.
Wow.
It's one of my favorites anyway.
That's a strong statement.
Yeah. So this one's called Hell For It.
Holy Spirit, when I look, I cannot see reflection in the mirror. I broke it with the Judas and I think I see it clearer. These niggas want what mine, but I be damn if I'ma give up. Stuck up in the hood, praying rap will get me out. Mama about to lose her house, gotta figure this shit out. Used to catch the bus at 12, just to hustle for some product. In the kitchen with my uncle, beat the pot like a pinata. Would be amazed all the time I heard I wouldn't make it. I was writing shit that was so damn amazing. Why have these little niggas was there watching that so Raven? I was out there hustling, scraping up and safe. Since they catch a 12-hour bus to and ride, sleeping on the floor in studios, asking God why. I'ma give them hell for it. Until it's heaven on earth, my nigga, I'ma give them hell for it. My nigga, I'ma give them hell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Had them demons on my back, was escaping through that. Blamed everybody but myself, apologies for that. So they hold a nigga back for the way that I act. People scared of doing business, thinking I smoke crack. Grew up virtually poor, reality's a mask. So my task is inspiring your future with my past. I live through that shit so you don't have to go through it. Stepping stones in my life, hot coals, walk with me. Cause I'm knowing I'm the best. They compare skills to self. Tell myself every day, no this shit ain't real. Radio don't make you ill. Get a hit, they feel they self. Respect for lyricism in this game ain't none left. Have a bitch like Iggy, think she's sicker than me. And that's so fucked up, that's just how this shit be. I just wanna make music, fuck being a celebrity. Cause these songs that I write leave behind my legacy. I'ma keep them
Okay, so that was Hell For It. How'd you feel about that one?
That was great. That was definitely speeding up, right? At some point.
I feel like it was.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I'm tripping
Because
out.
I was trying to like follow by, and I'm like, this is speeding up, but it also sounds like it's not.
I feel like it was like that for like 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for me, I really love the way it ended because this whole album is pretty much like a nightmare or a drug trip, however you want to interpret it. But he finishes off like on a positive note.
Yeah, I felt like even though it sounded a little bit unsettling, like the rest, he actually ended it on a positive note.
Yeah, he was like,
and he was talking about how he knows he's like great. He knows he's talented.
Right. Yeah.
And he like these other people think they're better than him, but he's actually the talented one, and he doesn't care. He said he didn't care about being a celebrity and whatever.
Because you can tell his passion for he just wants to be a rapper.
Yeah.
Like he just wants to be the best that he can be, and obviously he thinks he's better. He's very underrated. Like, and he talks about how like people don't take him seriously. When you really sit down and listen to his lyrics, like listen to his song, like the amount of work he puts in.
Yeah.
Like he works so hard. Yeah, and here like he's talking about how like he had to go through great lengths just to be able to record in the studio, for instance. Like he's talking about how his mom is about to lose the house, and he's like, oh damn, so I'm gonna have to do what I can, which is like, you know, sell drugs, cook up drugs, sell drugs just to make ends meet, help my family out. His dream was to just like record or whatever, so he'd go on these long journeys, take a train ride or a bus ride to like New York, and then sleep on the floor somewhere. He would just have enough money for bus fare and a slice of pizza, I read, just to make it to New York, just so he could record. Like, he's so passionate. Yeah. So yeah, and he just raps about how like I made these mistakes, and I want you to like listen to this,
learn from this. Yeah, so you don't have to. Yeah.
So
I admire this guy so much. I have so much respect for him. I already thought he was hilarious, but wow, I didn't expect it to be this profound.
Yeah, this deep, and
I feel bad for that, because I'm like, I underestimated him.
Right,
but
and that's the thing is like, and that's his point, is like people do underestimate him, and I'm super guilty of that. Like at first, I was like, wow, this is some weird shit.
This was a fantastic album. Yeah, I loved this.
Yeah. I'm so I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I'm glad that like, you know, these last couple albums, well, pretty much all the albums that took time for me to get into, you're just getting them. Like, that's great.
It's like Gio Gaddy.
Yeah. All this weird shit. You're just like good at it. So yeah, I mean, obviously we talked about the album throughout, but how did you feel about it overall?
I thought it was honestly fantastic. Like I loved it. It was definitely an experience. Again, I'm really glad we listened to it as a whole instead of like
in pieces,
individual songs, because I think you need it all.
Yeah.
The storytelling was fantastic, and the way he used the music to like back that up.
Right.
Wow, I was just so impressed by that.
Yeah, I just really enjoy him as a person as well, because like I've seen interviews or like he's talked about it in his podcast about how like again how he dreamed to be a rapper. The fact that he kind of made it like his breakthrough album was called XXX because it's 30, that he was 30 at the time. And kind of saying how like okay he broke through at 30 years old as a rapper. That's old, as I said, oldish. And he kind of was also reflecting upon how like now that he's kind of made it, it's kind of like it's not as great as he thought it would be, for instance, but trying to make the most of it. He's trying to do his best. Again, like in the song, he's more talented than a lot of people on the radio and all this, and he just kind of wants a chance, and he kind of wants the credit that.
But I feel like he will be respected by the right people making music like this. I don't think it's necessarily very accessible. Yeah. But I think it's incredible.
He's at all these music festivals. You know, he's always included on the bills. He collaborates with some of the best rappers in hip hop, and he's critically acclaimed. Like this album is.
It deserves to be.
Yeah. So yeah, like he's definitely respected, but I think he just feels like. I mean, I think we both agree. Like he definitely deserves more shine.
He's really introspective, self-aware, and like it was very sad to hear all of that. Yeah. But wow, he's so talented.
And he's just an interesting guy, and again, like the first couple listens for me, even though some of the music was just a little out there for me at first, you just follow his voice, and his voice will just kind of take you through like his storytelling, but it's enough to just like. It engages you. It's more than engage you. Like it really grabs your attention.
You're like in it.
Yeah, you're in it. Yeah. Exactly. And then after a while, you're like, okay, I'm not really thinking about the beats anymore. It's more, it's there. Like you're in this environment. It's not necessarily
like virtual reality.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, that's a great way of putting it. Yeah. So he really creates this world. And again, I like to give credit to like the producers as well, because they help create the sounds. But. But yeah, it's just like a full-on experience.
Yeah, I was really blown away by that. Yeah. I loved that. Just absolutely incredible. I really, really loved that.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that.
I'm really glad I listened to it with headphones. Yeah. Because the mixing was one of the best parts.
Right. I feel like you'd be doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, you'd be doing the album a disservice. Yep. Like just like wow, the mixing like was perfect.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Everything he was talking about, like everything, like he had like the paranoia, things closing in on you, like
feeling high,
and like when I was talking like in the first one, I thought that was so good. The first one, how he was quieter than the instrumental, and but then in Get High. With just that was perfect. The way he just the mood, like everything, like a trouble in the world. Like there were so many, like he just captured everything perfectly. I thought it was incredible.
Yeah. And again, I want to highlight also like his rapping ability, like the way he's changing his flows, and like even in the faster tracks, like his cadence, like and the way he stays on beat, like. I think people kind of take for granted that rapping is hard. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not a rapper. I've never tried. But like for him to the lyricism as well, like he's very his descriptions are very vivid. Like you can see what's going on, and obviously the music helps. And again, I really like when he changes his voice. Because it just shows his versatility, you know?
And he changes it appropriately.
Exactly.
Like it matches, when he changes it, it goes with why. Like, you know why.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's super, super talented.
Yeah.
And that just all came together perfectly. Like everything matched, nothing fell out of place. Nothing was like, okay, cool, but why did you do that?
Yeah.
everything just went perfectly. He just told the story perfectly. It was really an experience. I loved that. I can't tell you that enough. I loved that.
Nice. Anything you want to add?
No. Thank you to whoever recommended this one.
Yeah.
I feel like a few people did.
Yeah. I think people kind of wanted this one, and we were going to get to it anyway.
Thank you for that. Like, truly, like, I understand why you recommended this, and wow, what a recommendation.
Good.
Yeah, really loved it. So thank you.
All right. So as always, thanks for watching.
Thank you so much.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Share with your homies.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.